was looking all over the place for you. I was worried sick. You can't go running off like that, buddy, okay? Jeez, you got a lot of carbon scoring here. You been hanging out with Linkara again? Dr. Insano? Well, you're back now, and that's what's important. And hey, we can finish Final Fantasy X too now. So I get the feeling someone from the game's gonna try to kill me again, as usual. You're my secret weapon. So come on, let's go! Hey, but no more running away, alright? You're my best bud, and the show's not the same without my robot main man. Okay, so after beating LeBlanc and her goons for, what, the 10th time, you finally get both halves of the broken sphere. And for the first time ever, the Gullwings finally discover a sphere that has something mildly informative on it! It's a recording of some giant ancient machine which you discover is called Vegnagun. It's a world-destroying superweapon that somehow everyone in the whole world already knows about, except the Gullwings. Alright, well, I have to nitpick the hell out of this scene because, well, I'm me, and these spear things just bug the shit out of me. Just, example, tell me this. Who took this footage? What did they do, bring in a crane to get these dramatic, sweeping shots of Vegnagun? And someone had to edit this. In ancient Spira. What did they make, non-linear sphere editing software? And what was the purpose of this recording? Was it some kind of Vegnagun sales video, but the audio is missing? It's the new Vegnagun ZX5000, the exciting new cutting-edge phenomenon in mechanized genocide delivery. Is another sovereign nation accusing you of saber-rattling or questioning the size of your mighty majestic penis? Well, they'll question no more when you deploy your nuclear armament through Vegnagun's intercontinental missile-launching mile-long cock cannon. Vegnagun is equipped with the latest anti-theft artificial intelligence. Vegnagun is quick, nimble, and more responsive than any other walking terror mecha thanks to its new, innovative musical keyboard interface. It's the miracle pipe organ technology that makes this super weapon possible. Even if smaller infantry threats manage to breach Vegnagun's outer vaginal defenses, its point defense tusks will ensure that your bridge is, in every way, impregnable.
If anyone uses that thing, Spira is done for.
But it's a machina! All we have to do is shaky shake our way up to it and take it apart.
Shaky shake? Anyway, Vegnagun's being held by New Yevon and Bevelle, and LeBlanc offers her breasts, her services to your boobs. Bras. Cause! Offers her services to your cause!
I thought our peaceful days would never end. The eternal calm. I really believed it would last forever.
Oh yeah, you really ended war and conflict for all time, Yuna. Bravo. Hey, I can't remember. How many people did we end up shooting in the face to steal all those worthless spheres again? Just look at all this peace you've brought to the world.
It's obvious. We nabbed the head honcho.
Our target is the New Yevon Praetor, Barreleye.
A girly man like that doesn't stand a chance without his escort.
Oh, matron, yes. You go to the Cloister of Trials under Bevelle, and of course you find it infested with fiends. And by fiends, I mean the same demonic ice cream scoops you always fight. You'd think after 2 games and this much time in development they'd come up with at least, I don't know, a couple new monsters instead of palette-swapping lizards and ice cream scoops and bats. Well, I suppose there are some robots a little later on when you get to the secret Vegnagun hangar, but riddle me this. Why do Pyreflies erupt from destroyed robots? Aren't Pyreflies supposed to be the souls of the dead? The boss of this fucking place sucks my fudge nut. He spams death like a bitch. So you beat him, you beat another guy, and then you beat... Wait, is that Bahamut? Yeah, Mega Flare, that is fucking Bahamut. Didn't we kill all the Aeons at the end of Final Fantasy X? The fuck is going on?
Ever heard of asking?
Okay, well, I'll just tell you. It's skipping ahead a little bit, but fuck it. You know the Shuyin guy who looks like Titus? He was a famous blitzball player in Zanarkand during a time when Zanarkand was at war with Bevelle. To save his girlfriend, a singer-slash-summoner named Len, from dying in the war, Shuyin went to Bevelle to steal Vegnagun. And why Bevelle never just, used Vegnagun to win the war outright is never explained. Shuyin actually gets in and starts to power up the machine, which is inexplicably controlled by some kind of pipe organ keyboard interface. Why? but Len follows him to try and talk him out of it, but this delay allows guards to catch up with them and riddle them all with bullets. So of course Shuyin is killed from all this, but if you've been paying any attention at all, you'd know being dead never stopped anyone in Final Fantasy X. Shit, on Spirit, death is something you just walk off. I don't know, it just seems like being dead makes you stronger and indestructible. Everyone should do it. But here's the thing, Shuyin is so dead, and so pissed off about that and his dead girlfriend, that he somehow has gained the power to resurrect and corrupt all of the old Aeons into serving him. Yeah, because the unsent, they can do things like that. Maybe his emo-ness gives him strength. Now you might be asking yourself, well, if Shuyin, a loser blitzball player, he can come back from the dead as an unkillable badass, able to possess people and control the wills of men, and resurrect the most powerful guardian spirits in the world and twist them to his dark purposes, why didn't Len come back? I mean, she's a summoner, right? Well, it's very simple. It's because her spirit became a sphere instead.
Yeah, the girl from the songstress dress sphere.
That's Len?
Sure, she wore that dress 1,000 years ago.
You know, it makes sense, if you don't think about it at all. When you finally get to where Vegnagun is, there's no Vegnagun, just a big hole in the wall.
I must report to Nuji Wuji at once. Boys, record this. Don't miss a single detail.
Wait, stop, hold it, look at that! What is that? They do have cameras! I thought videos were recorded on spheres in this reality or some shit. Wasn't that the whole fucking point? Isn't this supposed to be like a less technologically sophisticated age than the ones devastated by sin? Where the hell did the camcorders come from? I have so many questions. What did they record on? DV tape? SD card? What the fuck? What's really happening with the Aeons is that monsters are pouring out of all the temples across Spira because the Dark Aeons are infesting them and perverting nature. So you have to go around clearing them out. When you get back to Besaid, you find Waka arguing with a Youth League guy who just wants to burn the temple down and kill the monsters inside without endangering the civilians.
It would be so simple to burn this place down and take the fiends with it.
But poor Waka can't bear to destroy a place that he's lived with, loved, and cherished his whole life.
We can finish off the fiends right here and now.
Burning down a temple is going too far.
Aw, come on, Waka. You're thinking about this whole burning the temple down thing the wrong way. Just think of it like, happy festival fireworks. You fucking dolt. And that raises an interesting thought. Why are people so attached to these fucking buildings? They were built to honor a false god responsible for the deaths of billions. It'd be like having a Hitler building in your hometown.
Praying to them never did anyone any good.
So for a long stretch of this game, you just go from town to town clearing temples, and at the bottom of each temple is a Dark Aeon you have to kill off. What I find really funny about this is that our brave heroes, who defeated sin against suicidal odds, are now extorting money out of people before they'll even attempt to save them from monsters. Oh, wait a second. Hey, Bartello, how many syllables does the name Donna have?
Donna!
Huh, so about 6 then. Yeah, interesting. And his blank zombie-like expression completely matches the urgent tone of his voice.
Donna!
Anyway, at the bottom of one of the temples you fight another Aeon, and during the battle, Yuna's knocked into one of the infinite holes.
Ah, you can hear me. This is the construct. It's our loading program.
After falling forever, it seems, she awakens in a green field, surrounded by flowers, with the sun on her face.
Do not be troubled, for you are in Elysium, and you're already dead!
And she meets a guy she saw in the sphere who looks exactly like Titus.
I looked for you for so long. While I wandered, I realized something. Spira hasn't really changed at all. Everyone's still fighting over nothing, still dying like they used to. Vegnagun will make that all go away.
You know, is it just me, or do none of the villains' plans in any of the Final Fantasy games make any fucking sense? And they all basically boil down to the same fundamental concept, that the world is full of pain and suffering and disappointment, and the only way to stop people from suffering is to kill them. Guys like Kefka were just gibbering insane, at least, who just wanted to watch the world burn. And I guess Sephiroth kind of had more of a plan in that he wanted to become a god or see his alien mom or something, but geez, Shuyin comes off like a complete crybaby. I'm sick of all the violence and hate in the world, so I'm gonna violently hate-fuck the world in half with my Doomsday Weapons mile-long cock gun. Yuna talks to Shuyin for a while, and instead of making plans for coffee or a movie later, he tells her he's so happy to see her again, he's gonna blow her up along with the rest of the world with Vegnagun. I mean, dude, seriously, you really don't have that much of a reason to be upset anymore, because your dead girlfriend that you were so sad about, she's right there. So, you lack what we call motivation. Your priority's a little out of whack. So Shuyan bugs off, and Yuna stays in this weird dimension until she's just sort of not anymore, and she gets out to explain her story to the other ladies.
Then, huh?
Yeah, the girl from the songstress dress sphere.
Okay, so when Shuyan dies, his emo-ness rises from the grave to gain enough power to threaten the entire world, and when Len, a summoner, dies, she goes on to haunt a dress sphere? How is that fair? And if Len wore Yuna's dress, who wore Riku's songstress dress, or Payne's female Elvis jumpsuit, or was Len just freaky like that?
I hate to interrupt, but Spear's falling apart with its leaders missing. Check the comm spheres and see.
Oh yeah, things look absolutely batshit right now. Oh god, look at the carnage. Oh, the humanity. Yuna gets on the radio to get updates from around the world, from Waka, Donna, the Youth League, etc. It seems the leaders of both the major political factions of Spira, the Youth League and New Yevon, have gone missing. They're both planning sneak attacks on each other since their leadership structures are destabilized, and they both see an opportunity for victory.
Looks like Nuge and Barreleye still haven't come back. And now Gipple's vanished too.
And Vegnagun's on the loose. You can bet Shuyan's controlling that thing.
I changed my mind. I want to do something. Nuge asked me to help, and that's what I'll do.
So, with the world poised on the brink of war, and Shuyan preparing to rain global thermonuclear fire on Spira, the ladies put their heads together and decide to come up with a plan. And they decide the best course of action is...
Sing campfire songs?
Oh! To hold a concert!
All of Spira will be the captive of Yuna singing and dancing!
A concert! A concert! You know, one would think after the discussion we just had, specifically addressing the causes of the coming war, they might decide to do something a little more proactive, like, I don't know, finding and rescuing the missing faction leaders. Maybe that might have more of a lasting impact on people than Yuna's shitty J-pop, but regardless of whether or not you really believe a concert is going to diffuse all of these intricate socio-political tensions, isn't all this speculation rather pointless in the face of the looming apocalypse brought on by fucking Vegnacock? No, I'm being serious here. Shuyan fucking hijacked a doomsday machine, and Yuna's plan is to hold a concert. How is it fucking possible that this fucking guy, is the sensible one and brings up the only viable plan of destroying Vegnagun, which you'd think would be priority number one with a fucking bullet, and that plan is shot down to hold a fucking concert? This isn't a Final Fantasy game. It's the ending to Empire Records. This concert bullshit might have saved Arnold in an episode of fucking Happy Days, but somehow I kinda doubt that it's gonna solve the geopolitical issues of an entire fucking planet. If I want to use music to unite the world in peace and harmony, I'll stick with the Wild Stallions.